evening and a warm welcome to State of Business on Arch Television. I'm Heshain Ali and let's have a look at the headlines first. The Bandaranaike International Airport opened this morning after 9 months of closure and marked the arrival of passengers. Sri Lankan Airlines reveals its plans to open up new air routes. News in detail. The Bandaranaike International Airport opened this morning after 9 months and marked the arrival of 433 passengers. An official from the airport said that Oman Airline flight from Muscat, Oman, with 50 Sri Lankan passengers arrived first and all they were directed to quarantine. Meanwhile, Tourism Minister Prasanna Ranatunga at a press briefing held in Colombo announced that opening of airports for commercial flights.
Now, as the Minister of Tourism, I would like to announce that we will opening borders to international tourists in accordance with the health guidelines from today, the 21st of January 2021. Our main goal is to prevent the virus from being spread from the community to the international tourists or from the international tourists to the community. Hence, we have taken measures to adapt to tourists in new normal. The livelihood of around 3 million people depend on tourism in Sri Lanka. It is our national responsibility to take into consideration all needs of our citizens that depend on this industry.
Chairperson of the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority, Kimarli Fernando, addressing a media briefing in Colombo this morning, explained the arrangements which they have made to open airports from today onwards.
We are truly delighted to announce that the borders are open for international visitors today. Sri Lanka, as you know, is blessed and gifted with amazing features, the amazing diversity, whether it be wildlife, natural resources, with the highest density of waterfalls in the world, the spectacular beaches, the lush tea plantations, a country you could see an elephant, a leopard, a whale in just one day. We are proud of our rich history, our culture, our food that is now known to build immunity, our Ayurveda, our Helavadakama. We want to share with the world. Sri Lanka is truly all what Asia has to offer. The most beautiful island in the world. There is no mandatory requirement to stay. There is no restrictive quarantine. The request is to stay in one of the diverse hotels that are certified and safe. Enjoy all the facilities in the hotel while visiting tourist sites in a bubble the first 14 days of your stay. Sri Lanka is prepared. Sri Lanka is ready. Sri Lanka is open to welcome you back.
Chairperson of the Tourism Development Authority, Kimarli Fernando, asserted that the opening of Sri Lanka for the tourists was a result of many parties. The chief of the Sri Lanka's Tourism Development Authority further added, Sri Lanka is ready to offer a wide-ranging facilities and excitement for all the tourists who visit Sri Lanka.
Our tourism industry is equipped. We are coordinated. We are ready to welcome you and to give the world the warmth of the Sri Lankan hospitality while ensuring safety and health. However, I must say that no system or process is perfect, but we ensure that we are on it with our entire team, may it be the Ministry of Health, the COVID Task Force, the Civil Aviation Authority, the Airport Aviation Authority, the Department of Immigration and Immigration, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and our entire industry, including the travel agents, tour operators, hotels, accommodation providers, tour guides, tourist drivers, all the airlines, including the national carrier, Sri Lankan Airlines. We are united front and we are on it to ensure our travelers have the best possible experience in Sri Lanka.
Stay tuned for more news right after this commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Sri Lankan Airlines Chairman Ashok Patirage, who also joined the press briefing with Tourism Minister Prasanna Ranatunga, said that Sri Lankan Airlines has plans to open up new air routes and this beginning will be a boost for their plans.
We are looking at, even to open up new routes. We are at the moment considering Moscow. Maybe Moscow can be a good opportunity for us before the season ends. Our plan at the moment is to start Moscow by 15th of February if everything goes well. In terms of you were talking about the numbers, as the Honourable Minister and Chairperson explained, I think this is going to be a gradual process. We are not expecting, large numbers to come. But from Sri Lankan airline perspective, and I also have some information about Emirates, I think at least for the next 2 days, I think we are expecting about 30 foreigners to come into the country. I think that's a great start.
There are about 35 airlines which are registered with Sri Lanka as of now. And during the COVID time, as of now, presently, or before opening the airports for tourism, there are 8 airlines who had been flying to Sri Lanka. All of them were majorly national carriers from different countries. And subsequent to that, there were about 15 charter operators who operated flights to Sri Lanka, bringing mainly cargo and, of course, sometimes repatriation passengers. In addition to that, we have already got about 5 airlines who has requested, with this word going around that Sri Lanka is going to be open, that they have requested to get their approvals to come to Sri Lanka. And already we have given approvals to 2 airlines.
The Ceylon Chamber of Commerce, together with the senior representatives of the IT industry, launched the council startups which would assist entrepreneurs with the required assistance to take their business ventures forward. Founder of Lanka Angel Network, Prajit Balasubramaniam, said that the council is set up with the objective of creating a thriving ecosystem of entrepreneurship which facilitates economic growth and empowerment of startups in Sri Lanka.
Why Council for Startups? A few people were asking me this question earlier. So this was actually done informally for the last 2 years, right? As part of the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce, we had the Sri Lanka Singapore Business Council, which I chaired and I took over last year. And previously we took delegations to Singapore and we decided to take a few startups and go there. And we saw immense response from the Singapore side because the Sri Lankan High Commission in Singapore, who also helped us immensely, because we were part of the Chamber of Commerce. And that actually told me a story in terms of the leverage we could have from the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce and how we could actually help startups to grow global. So then I spoke to the chamber, we discussed and we came about starting the Council of Startups. So again, why Council of Startups? Again, Sri Lanka is, as you know, is only 22 million people, a very small market. So for our startups to grow, there's only so much they can do. They can become profitable very fast. But to scale, you need go-to-market access. You need connections. You need connectivity. You need access to market information, etc., etc. And also, when you look at Sri Lanka, also very geopolitically located, right? So if you look at the strategic location, we have almost 6 trillion of GDP in a 5 hour.
Opposition leader Sajid Premadasa told Parliament yesterday that despite tax concessions, the price of sugar had not been reduced, accusing the government of defrauding rupees 10 billion over the alleged tax fraud.
මුළු රටම දන්නවා සීනි බදු වංචාව නිසා මේ රටට රුපියල් බිලියන 10ක් හරියටම මේ රටට එන්නතක් ගෙන එන්නට රජයේ විසින් ලෝකෙ වටේ ගිහිල්ලා මූල්‍ය ආයතන වලින් ඉල්ලන රුපියල් බිලියන 10ක රුපියල් බිලියන 10ක වංචාවක් සිද්ධ වුණා මේ සීනි බදු වංචාව තුල.
පාරිභෝගික අධිකාරිය විශේෂ භාර රාජ්‍ය අමාත්‍යවරයා විදිහට මේ පිළිබඳව සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම පැහැදිලි කිරීමක් සහ කරුණු ඉදිරිපත් කිරීමක් කරනවා. විපක්ෂ නායකතුමත් සඳහන් කළා බිලියන 10ක වංචාවක් සිදු වෙලා තිබෙනවා කියලා. කොහෙත්ම එවැනි වංචාවක් සිදු වෙලා නැහැ. කරුණු සහිතව ඉන්නේ කරුණු සහිතව ඉදිරිපත් කරනවා. ඒ හින්දා කරුණා කරලා පැහැදිලි කරන අවස්ථාවේදී ඔබතුමාලා ඒ පිළිබඳව සවන් දීලා ඕනෑම කරුණක් ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න වගකීමකින් යුතුව සඳහන් කරනවා මොනම ආකාරයකවත් එවැනි වංචාවක් සිදු වෙලා නැහැ.
Honorable Sitaran.
Stay tuned for stock updates. Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 246.80 points to close at 8,131.25, and the S&P SL20 gained 100.38 points to close at 3,196.73. The turnover was 14.2 billion rupees and over 377 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. And that's all news for today. See you tomorrow with State of Business. Until then, take care and good night.